Valley Club, big dev meeting a few days ago. The embargo has lifted. We're going to talk about all the details that we can share, including a new web playable that is coming. If you're ready for all of it, you know what to do, Valley Club. Find that like button and let's go smash it. Welcome back to the ValleyFlyin channel. I am ValleyFlyin. I hope you're having an excellent day. There was a dev meeting with Ryan Jacobson, the general manager of Marvel Strike Force, just a couple days ago. The embargo is lifted and I'm going to share all the details with you. We've got a new web playable, everything about Danger Room, Knull, Purple ISO 8.4, and everything else. And if you get some value from the video today, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, ring the notification bell so you know as soon as a brand new video goes up. At least 5 Marvel Strike Force videos every single week on this channel. All right, but let's just go through the notes. First thing is about the web playable. They did send me a link to have access to it. I haven't not tried it yet, but I am very excited. First thing I heard about this. So yes, playable, not just on your PC, but from a web browser. So very excited about that. Next thing they talked about was Danger Room. So let me go through the notes of the Danger Room. They still are trying to find the right balance with the Danger Room. They're still playing with things and finding a thing that will make this the most enjoyable for players. Ryan likes the longer duration so that players can choose when they want to engage in it instead of these shorter duration type of Danger Room ones. The game, he said, the game is consuming content at a faster rate that they can develop it. So instead of changing a lot of things, they are releasing less content at a higher quality ratio. They just don't have as much devs as they need right now. So with the Danger Room in particular, though, they're still learning and taking feedback. And with a lot of things, he said there's times they will swing and miss, and other times they will deliver a great experience. Personally, I do like this round of the Danger Room. I know on that last node, I counted on when I look back on the stream video, I think I failed that last node like 6 or 7 times, and then I finally beat it. But it was a great experience for me because every little time I tried something different, I got a little further, and then finally that 7th time we were able to beat it. So I do like this this Insidious 6 Danger Room. It's challenging, but once you get the right stuff, it is pretty fun. But let me know what your thoughts of it. Next topic was Knull. And how is Knull's shards gonna be distributed? Where is my Knull? Here he is. All right, so after what they want, there's different thoughts within the team. And RJ wants players to obtain shards for Knull through a boss fight. So they're looking for different ways for players to engage with the fights. Possibly when the next battle world comes in, they're gonna be a Knull fight and a Sentry fight. Eventually they want these older bosses to be more of a single player focus rather than the alliance. That way, if your alliance already has the latest boss, then they're not having to go back for you. So longer term, older bosses will stay single player focused. He did say that this next Battle World 2, it may be going in quick and dirty at first. So there may be 2 fights that you have to engage in to get some Knull shards, but eventually it should be more of a single player experience. But yeah, you're not just going to be able to buy the Knull shards. You're going to have to fight for it like everyone else did. But I'm assuming that these fights for these older bosses will be a lot easier and you'll be able to obtain those shards a lot quicker. All right, Cosmic Crucible. I talked about some updates for Cosmic Crucible, and what he said, the game mode is something that they continuously want to engage in. As far as the Ultimate 32, I know a lot of players are not liking the Ultimate 32 because they're up, the ranks drop and up so fast. What they want to work so that the Ultimate 32 doesn't affect rank changes. And he's asked the team not to run any more of these until this is fixed. So this is kind of a break that if you want to engage with it, you can. If you don't want to engage with it, that's fine. And your rank shouldn't be penalized by that. But yeah, they do want to invest more in this. But he went back to that lack of devs that they have right now and just kind of allocating where they want to play, focus on in the game. All right, big thing, Purple ISO 8, and it looks like we got Purple ISO 8 4 and 5 or 4 added in the game right now. So yeah, there's no plans to add extra enhancements. So whatever you see for level 4 and 5 is what it's gonna be right now. But eventually they want to make it more unique in the future. But as far as Purple ISO 8 4 and 5, this is kind of what it's gonna be. Good news if you don't like Overpowered. Overpowered 12 is not coming with Purple ISO 8, 4, and 5. They do think at the earliest that it could be is when the next level cap increases. So from 105 to 110 is when we can see that. Usually that happens towards the beginning of every year. We get a new level cap increase. And as far as this purple ISO 8, on Monday, they did say that we could tell everybody about this, but the 4 and 5 is not going to be going to the chapter store initially. So you don't have to save your chapter credits for potential purple ice waiting for. Eventually it will go there, but it's not going to go there right away. As far as rewards, overall rewards, they did feel that it's too sprinkled all over the place, and they recently had a whole day that they spent talking about rewards. There's a massive change coming to the way the rewards are distributed, and he's put a timeline down for that for the next age. So probably when after the Annihilus saga is done and we have a new one, then that's probably when we'll have a massive change to the way the rewards are distributed. What they want to see is they want more engagement, and what they did with the chapter store, they saw they didn't see more engagement and the chapter currency and stuff like that. He mentioned that players that were logging in 1 to 3 days were still logging in, and then the 7-day login players were still logging in at the same time. So it didn't really change the way that players were engaging with the game. So they're trying to figure out the rewards, how to get players to log in more and be more active with the game. He does think that characters are the biggest chase in the game, and for myself, I would agree, because when I'm chasing like a Professor X or Mephisto or something like that, that is when I'm like, ooh, I want to get it. And then as soon as I get that character, I'm like, no, what's my next chase? So that's what they want to have as the rewards. And he had discussions about characters as more of a chase instead of selling them, and we'll see what that means. I know they did that already with the legendary characters. I'm not sure if that's going to be for all characters, having a chase for all characters and then not selling them, but we'll see what happens with that. As far as these flash events and challenges, they do want to adjust these eventually, but these are kind of a reward checkbox, you know. So if you have the proper levels of your characters, you're just getting rewards. And they do want new ones, but again, they goes back to the dev allocation. Because this is more of a reward checkbox and not as engaging content, they do have their priorities shifted, but eventually they do want these challenges and things updated. All right, as far as Annihilus and the unlock in game mode, they're still debating on what they want for the unlock. It's not locked in yet. As far as the Xavier saga, we felt that it didn't really hit the mark. It was just kind of a stat check of your characters. Did you have the gear on your characters? Did you have the stats? And if you did, you kind of got that. For Dark Dimension, it seemed like more of a puzzle, and I would agree. I felt it. I like that puzzle of Dark Dimension. Bang your head against the wall in certain nodes, and you know, because it didn't feel good banging your head against the wall, but once you were finally through the wall, it did feel good. And I didn't get that exact like when I got the Xavier. I got the Xavier, but after I beat each node and things like that, it wasn't like. So I don't know. We'll see what happens moving forward with this. But as far as the Annihilus, he's gonna be a plug and play type character. And as far as his team, they want it to be strong in a lot of game modes, but not like this one trick pony that works in every single game mode, arena, war, everything like that. So it's gonna be a strong team, but yeah, we'll see what happens with that. As far as Blue Marvel, he is in the game right now. If we look at Blue Marvel, and as you probably can expect, he's going to be more of an epic style character. As you saw with the release method, as far as all the overlap and purple ISO 8, 4, and 5 and things like that, it's not going to be a huge investment for him. But next year, they're going to go back to 2 of those Dark Dimension style power level characters like the Mephistos or the Professor X type. They wanted that type of power level 2 per year like we had last year with Mephisto and Odin. So this is going to be a good character, epic level. So again, Captain Britain, maybe no level type power level for this character, but you're not going to have to invest as much. So Blue Marvel will be good, but not like Dark Dimension level, not Mystic level or Mythic level. All right, Blastar. As far as Blastar and the events, it is not. Or as far as the Blastar events, they talked about Quasar. There was a significant population, the Marvel Strike Force community, that got 0 red stars for Quasar, and that was surprising for them. So they put the yellow stars in that last Blastar event to see if they could get more engagement with that. And I don't know where Blastar is, but here, well, I guess here's the event. but they did put the yellow stars in there to see if that would happen with engagement. The yellow stars for Quasar really exceeded their expectation, but the red stars was kind of disappointing to them. It seems like they really want to get that stuff out in the players' hands, and it's just about engagement. So what they want to do, if they're trying different things with Blastar, and if this still doesn't work and getting those red stars into the players' hands, then we're probably going to see more changes for the next legendary character that is coming out. He does want, after all 3 months, engaged players should be walking away with a 7-7, 7 gold, 7 red. And didn't seem like Quasar, everybody got the 7 red, so that wants to change. As far as these Omega raids for the what is it called? The Annihilation raids, the Omega version, it was done. And at the 11th hour, the team did not want to release it. I think because of all the concerns that the community was raising at the time. In the next few weeks, we will have an update on whether or not we will have an Omega raid. He did say that there is a strong possibility that it will be released, but also a strong possibility that it won't. So no clarity there, but we will get some clarity in the next few weeks with that. Next is Battle World 2. Talked about that. We know that it's coming very, very soon. There's going to be no Spec Ops returning in Battle World 2, but it may come back in Battle World 3 in a different form. It was not very engaging in Battle World 1 when it was there. So hopefully when Battle World 2 comes back, the Spec Ops, or when Battle World 3, or when the Spec Ops returns to Battle World 3, hopefully it is something meaningful. Like, you know, if you place people on Spec Ops, you should get bonuses on next nodes and things like that. So hopefully something like that happens. As far as the Secret Warriors, their reworks, did not meet the expectations. They wanted more plug and play with that, and that was not meeting their expectations with that. And as far as War, some players like it at 2 times a week. Some players like it at 3 times a week. Well, they do want to go back to 3 times a week, but they did see the engagement drop when it's at 3 times a week. Overall in the game, not just with War, overall in the game, the engagement drops, they said, with 3 wars, and then it spikes back up when they change it to 2. So they can change the time commitment of high-level alliances, which is what they wanted to do. You know, they didn't want high-level alliances to be as sweaty with their wars, but I think they're at the point where, like, yeah, I think the sweaty alliances are going to be that sweaty. Casual alliance can do their thing. So I think the solution that they're going to have is these leagues. Leagues will have the sweatier alliance complete, and then maybe that will be the 3 wars per week. And then the rest of the community that is a little more casual can do the 2 wars per week. They did talk about war changes back in that Envoy Summit a few months ago. Not sure where they are with that, but I think there's some changes to War that is coming very soon. I'm not sure how long they are with those potential changes that they talked about, but yeah, 2 times a week for War, but they do want it returning to 3 times a week. All right, so now you guys are caught up with all the latest in Marvel Strike Force. I think I am super hyped for that web playable version because just sometimes my LD player, which I use to record it on my PC, slows things down. So I'm hoping that the web playable version just it syncs with my computer a little bit more so that it's a lot more friendly. Let me know what you are most hyped for. There's a lot of things that were discussed, and if you got some value from the video today, check out some of the other videos on the channel. Check me out on social media, and if you want to see what are the biggest hidden gems in Marvel Strike Force right now, check out the video up there, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys next time. Hulk fist bump. ValleyFlyin out. Take care.